G'day everyone and welcome to the second episode of Killer Rides. I'm absolutely blown away by the amount of feedback we received after we launched Killer Rides TV. Thanks so much for your support. Now on to episode 2, and we've jam-packed it yet again full of cool cars and great events. Let's kick it off first with a Pro Touring Camaro that was built in Perth, now resides in Sydney. Enjoy the show. Kevin Robinson is in the middle of building a really tough Corvette, and hopefully later down the track we'll be able to show you that car finished. But in the meantime, while he watches all his mates cruise, he needs something to hit the road with too. So he went looking for something special that he could jump in and drive straight away. What he found was a big block Pro Touring Camaro in Perth. He jumped on a plane, paid the cash, had the car shipped out, and we've featured it right here for you now. Check this one out.
I brought a Camaro 69 for family reasons, for the kids. Kids can fit in it, being a 4-seater. That's basically the reason I brought it. The Pro Tourer is probably the best out of all of them, the style, the shape, and they're just a neat looking car to drive. Yeah, I found this the way it looks today. It comes from Perth. It took 3 years for him to build it. He owned it for a couple of years and then decided to sell it. And I was lucky enough to be on the net at the time when it was for sale, and I brought it. This is a 540 Merlin aluminium. It produces over 600 horsepower. It's a light motor and it suits this car, suits it to a T. Well, driving this car is like driving an everyday car. You hop in a Commodore, it's similar drive. The weight, there's no weight in it. The motor is lighter, and it's just nice. It holds the road well, so it's good. I drive this car almost every day. Rain, hail or shine, it's in it, I'm in it. I'll run down the shop, I'll take the Camaro to buy the milk. Groceries, fit in the car, not a problem. So I'm not scared of driving it. I wouldn't own it if I couldn't drive it. I brought this car the way it is. If I had an opportunity to change it, it's a matter of dollars. I'd probably put twin carbies on it and do up the motor a little bit more to give that little bit more horsepower. But other than that, it's neat the way it is. Yeah, the colour of the Camaro is Ford Focus. 2011, I think the colour came out, and I think it suits it to the T. I love it. Yeah, I have a 72 Corvette at home. I've had that for 5 years, and that's cost me a lot of money, a lot of time to build it. But it's getting there. It's a lot more angrier than this one, but this is a nicer car to drive. The other one is more get in and just flog it and away you go. So, two different cars, but the last of the chrome bumpers, it holds its money. Probably the person I would really thank is the previous owner, Warren Willis from Perth. He spent all the money on this, all the time, all the sweat and tears, and he's produced a very nice car. So if it wasn't for Warren, I wouldn't own this car. Alright, I'm Kevin. This is my 69 Camaro, and you're looking through the camera with Killer Rides.
What do you do with all the good bits left over from a wrecked late model HSV Senator? Well, isn't it obvious? You throw them all into a cooling edge wagon. Let's check out this future streeter as it goes through the progress of getting built.
I'm Steve from Pedal to Metal. We have an EH wagon here that I'm building for Daniel. LS3, 6.2 litre out of Senator. It was a written off type of car, and the owner bought it and only had low Ks on it. The mounts and everything are made to locate on the chassis, just bolt it up and basically go with it. Yeah, it's got a CRS independent front end in it, coilovers, double adjustables, all TIG welded, very nice job. Modified sump. The gearbox is a Turbo 400 from Al's Race Guides. 3.5 grand stall, built to achieve any type of horsepower this thing could put out. Rear end's a Race Products housing, diamond housing. So basically we get the housing, I put all the brackets on it, straighten it, bearing ends, axles. It's got a good centre going in it, through bolt. So we'll take any power this thing will put down, coilovers, triangular four-link, new Molly cross member, adjustable, and all that type of gear. So.
The owner wants this HSV powered EH to be 100% engineered, legal and driven everywhere. When it returns to the road, the original style interior will be used at first, but that will change down the track. The rear end has been mini-tubbed to the rails and will eventually house some 15 by 10 inch weld wheels shod with 275 radials.
Basically 6.2, yep, stuffed it. Is it LSX? We have an EH wagon here that I'm building for Daniel. Okay. Ask me some questions. It's got a Hatfield conversion in it. It is, isn't it? IRS, CRS. CRS, IRS. The rear end's a Bickle 9 inch. Sorry, it's not. It's a Race Products.
7-second quarters and lots of street cruising are all part of the plan for Craig Lewis and his twin-turbo radial Cortina. Is this Australia's toughest street car? You decide. Have a look.
I chose the Cortina because 4-door, family. Krtv was no good with the 2-door. Otherwise I would have stuck with them, but yeah, and XWs and XYs were too dear at the time. So yeah, this popped up. It's a second owner. Only had 59,000 Ks on it. And the guy bought it off of the deceased estate, an old lady. Originally bought in Maroubra. Yeah. Windsor C4 9-inch. That's why I bought it, because it was it was engineered. Yeah. I never intended to go this far, but I run it, aspirated, and went 10.9. Wasn't allowed back, so I thought, if I'm going to do it, now's the time. So I started again. Ultimate goal is to drive it to the track, do a 7 and drive it home. That's what I've always wanted, to do that. Yeah, anything faster than that will be a bonus, but yeah, that's the goal. But yeah, if it runs a 7, I'll be happy. Small block Windsor, 363 cube, dart block, Bryant crank, twin 76mm turbos, injected. Oh, yeah, heads, trick flow heads. Yeah. 10.8 to 1 compression, I think the motor is. Roller. Yeah, all the fruit.
How much horsepower are you expecting?
I don't know. Anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 they're saying, but yeah, we'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. Yeah, well, it was pearl white, but white's white really. I wanted to change the car and I couldn't find anything, and believe it or not, it's a Commodore colour. Just something a bit different. It's new, but it's old. The guy that actually wired the car, which is another guy I'd like to thank, Joe, he's got a HG Ute, silver mink, so close to that colour it's not funny. Matt Marsh from Pro Steed Industries for all the fab work, Dandy Engines for the engine, Con for all the tuning, and Mick Vos for his input. That's what got me into it to start with from the Capri days. Definitely, thank you. I want to enjoy it for a while, mate. It's been 3 years nearly, so yep, I just want to enjoy it. Maybe a set of wheels, maybe. But I'm limited to the front side, so the width, yeah, that limits me with all the pipe work underneath. Originally was a F2 Pro Charger, but being a street car with them belts, noisy as hell. So I opted for the turbos because it's nice to drive on the road, believe it or not. It's good, yeah. It's quiet. Mate, now it's built, I'll use it pretty regularly. Yeah, definitely, especially if summer coming up. So yeah, no, definitely. It was beautiful, like, for what it is. Better than I thought it'd go to what it's going to do, but yeah, unfortunately the converter let it down. Started the meeting, well, that's why we got the testing in there. It was doing 1.6s, 1.5s, and then the last run of the night when the converter let go, had done a 1.33 60 foot, which is probably good for a high 7-second pass. So yeah, no, and we've still got heaps to go in yet. It's got no timing in it. 25 pounds of boost. So yeah, no, it should be great. Yep. Hi, I'm Craig. This is my radio Cortina, and you're watching Killer Rides.
This is my dad's car and I like Killer Rides.
The AutoFest series of events are gaining huge momentum right across the country, and when you take in all the action of the recent Bathurst Autofest, you'll understand why. We were lucky enough to take in all the action and bring it to you now. Mount Panorama in Bathurst is the spiritual home of the V8 supercars. It's the biggest event on the V8 supercar calendar. And it's at this same circuit that the AutoFest crew are building a huge reputation for staging what is quickly becoming the must-do event of the year, the Bathurst AutoFest. With a new multi-year deal signed off with the local council, Lesney's team got down to business bringing some wild rides to the famous circuit, creating a haven of tough cars and good times. Forget the politics, overzealous security and outrageous prices. The Bathurst Autofest is all about the entrance and making sure that everyone has a fun time with their car. The event staff worked hard to make sure the event runs smoothly and remains a family-friendly atmosphere. And it works. Many of the people I spoke to at the event enjoy the fact that the Bathurst Autofest is a no-stress event where they can go and do as much as they want or as little as they want and still have a great time. And the minute the event kicked off, there was plenty happening, from the show and shine to the dyno challenge, sound off, autocana, spear spud, super sprints, and of course the burnouts on the huge pad. The Bathurst Auto Fest has it all. Where else can you race your mate to the most famous pit straight in Australia? Hundreds of cars and thousands of spectators made the trip to the mountain to take in the 2016 Bathurst Auto Fest. Without doubt the biggest and best yet. And from what I'm hearing, that trend will continue in 2017 and beyond, as this event quickly cements its place in the overcrowded events calendar. For more information on this and other Auto Fest promoted events, keep an eye on their website, autofest.com.au. Jody Vincentorio always wanted a wild, in-your-face street machine, something totally impractical. His wild HQ Monaro, dubbed Chopped, is the end result. By the way, if you're a muscle car purist, best you turn away now because you're not going to be very happy at all.
When I first brought the car, probably 8 years ago now, it was an ex-drag car. It was in full cage, the tubs that were in it, flat firewall, no tags at all. The car was just, it was a mess, absolute mess, yeah. Actually, Gary Myers' coupe, the Mustang, chopped, no side glass, big motor and all that kind of stuff. Cartoon kind of like car. I've always wanted to build the most unpractical, blingy, useless thing ever, and I think I've achieved it. Yeah. Twice. Yeah, twice. Uh, 468 big block, come out of Trashy's blown injected big block. The black EH called Agro 64, that was his old motor, so I brought that and a gearbox for it. I've always loved the Chrysler staggered. I just want to stay away from blowers because Everybody's got a blower, something different, something old school, it's all mechanical. It's got about good for about 820, 850. I've just started to drive it the last 12, 18 months. It's been fun. Had the missus hanging out the side doing Spear of Spud last show, so that was fun. It's good stuff. It got damaged 12 months ago in transport going to a car show in Adelaide. The boot flung up. So, made a claim through Shannon. Shannon's is great anyway. Shannon's insurance, good stuff. And I thought, well, I'm going to repaint it. I'm going to take it back to a bare body shell anyway. So I've always liked orange and black. Yeah, good muscle car theme, you know, HQ stuff. So that's the way I went. The all metal, I love metal. All the cars that I've owned has always had something to do with metal. So that's just candy straight over the metal. Pretty easy to do. It was just 2 coats of candy and then a coat of acrylic clear just to seal it. So it was like, it didn't take very long at all. It was pretty easy to do. And it's good effect, something different. And as you know, it's pretty hard to be doing something different these days. I've done Motor X, I've done some of that. I've done spring nats a few times. I've been Adelaide, it's been good. The worst part is just transporting a car like this. I just hate dragging cars around. You're just paranoid about it all the time, you know. So I like the close events, yeah. I reckon Melbourne Expedition Buildings was the best one for me. That was good fun. Yeah, that was great, yeah.
And a stunning building.
Oh, it's awesome. Awesome, yeah, yes. And where it was as soon as you walk in the front door, it was right there when it was green. That was a big highlight. Yeah, that was a big highlight. Where do I start to thank people? This build now, Spray Chief Paints, who supplied the paint for me. Awesome product, awesome bunch of people, you know. All the boys that helped me, they all know who they are, you know. Grumpy that works here, especially my wife. When it was green, I put my wedding back 18 months to finish the car to get it ready, to get it ready for summer nats to go involved there. So I better thank her. Yeah, just all the boys, all the mates and all that kind of stuff. Heaps bunch of people, but I don't think your DVD's long enough. So, yeah.
So they know who they are?
They know who they are, yeah. Yep. That was the main. When I brought the car, like I said, it had no tags. It was already wrecked, kind of thing. I've had probably 5 or 6 chop cars now. Love the roof chops. So I took 2 inches out of the back, 1.25 inches out of the front to keep the rake that these Monaros have got. Deleted all the side glass. Once again, Gary Myers' influence there, because that's what he's done. It looks great. What else have I done? The boot lid opens that way, which was a pain in the ass. It's still a pain in the ass to this day, you know. It's just yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Front and rear bars have moulded in, as you can see, you know. The front bar was in 6 bits, the back bar was in 5 bits or something, all chopped up, moulded in. Front nose cone all grafted. All the doors are capped. That was the 3rd dash I put in it. I wasn't happy with the other 2. So there goes 3 months there, and a lot of material, and a lot of scotch. I wanted the tunnel to be really, really clean. That's why the shifter is in the seat. That was another pain in the ass. But all in all, it is what it is, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I wanted to build. So it took probably a good 3.5 years to build when it was green, and then another probably 8 months to make it orange. So, but I'm happy with the product. A lot of people aren't. It's good. I love the haters. Yeah, they make it all worthwhile, really. So, but they don't realise that the car was an absolute mess. And like I said, it was an ex-drag car with no tags. So, yeah, the haters make it all worthwhile to me. It was good. Hey, I'm Jody. This is my HQ Monaro named Chopped, and you're watching Killer Rides.
Recently we were lucky enough to spend some time in Chrysler's latest SRT8 Core. It's a family car with attitude. If you've got a family but still like that old school muscle car feel, sound and performance, this could be the car for you. 350 kilowatts, 8-speed auto, all the bells and whistles, and all for under 60 grand. How can you go wrong? Chrysler's latest SRT Core comes complete with an 8-speed auto and a much tougher attitude, offering the perfect blend between sports car and family cruiser. Lifting the bonnet reveals the same 6.4 litre Hemi as the previous model, but now that it's backed by the impressive 8-speed auto, those 350 kilowatts seem to come to the fore more than ever. Inside, the SRT Core is all business. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the top shelf SRT, but it doesn't need them either. With around $10,000 of change in your pocket over the upper spec model, the Core makes the ideal working man's performance car. Some may think that the later Model 300 Chryslers have lost a lot of that tough look they once had, but the refined look of the new models are certainly winning over new purchasers, especially with the SRT versions. The power, sound and torque are reminiscent of the muscle cars of old. The performance package is plentiful and will be more than enough for most people. So there you have it, another episode of Killer Rides done and dusted. Why not jump onto the website, killerrides.com.au, and check out all the updates we put online regularly. Likewise, if you have a feature car that you think should be on Killer Rides, or you have some feedback, you can send it through there too. Until next month, see you on the street.